again, guys. Thank you for coming back to my channel, and I hope you guys are well. And today we're taking a look at the brand new S.H.Monsterarts King Ghidorah 2019 from the awesome film Godzilla King of the Monsters. And let me start off by saying that this figure is really impressive looking. I really like it. But I'm gonna give you guys, I'm gonna tell you a few things here and there about what I think about the figure, and there are some shortcomings, unfortunately, with this figure, and some things to be careful with. Now, let me just give you guys a look at the figure. Now, you guys see that I have the stands. Now, you need the stands for this guy. I mean, I've been trying to make this guy stand on his own without the stands, but he just falls forward because these wings are just really, really heavy. Okay, now you can probably make him stand temporarily if you move his wings back a little bit more like this, but eventually he will give way and then just fall flat on his face. Alright, so just to be aware that for you guys wondering, oh, there you go, see, like it started popping out the wing here. Alright, so let me give you guys a closer look on the back. Like, this figure's got a lot of nice sculpting detailing and things, okay? Now, you do have to assemble this figure out of the box. You basically have to put the two tails on, and the wings. Okay, so the body itself comes in its own piece, and I will show you guys that in a moment. I just want to give you guys a closer look at the figure. Alright, now coming out of the box, as I stated, you will have to assemble the figure. So let me just take the wings off. Now, they're really easy to take off, but even like as the figure itself, you can't really, oh, there you go, I managed to, there, no, eventually he falls over. So this figure, the way he's engineered, he can't really stand on his own. Well, like that. Okay, but it takes quite a bit of trial and error. Alright, so, yeah, so the wings. So, now you can see, you know, it's got some nice shading detail here on this part over here. But, everything else, I mean, it's painted, this figure is painted in basically in one color, and it's got some shading here on the belly, on the knees, and all that, on the back. But the color is pretty bland in my opinion. I mean, I wish they would have done a better paint job for this guy to bring out the details of the sculpt, which I'm pretty much sure we're gonna get a special color version of this guy. Now, again, guys, you have to be careful with your figure. I mean, you already know that as you saw, the having the wings on the figure makes it really top heavy, so he falls forward. So that's why you definitely need the stands. All right, now do be careful with the wings, because I feel that if this guy falls off of a high shelf, I'm pretty much sure that these wings will shatter. Okay, they don't bend or anything like that. It's just one solid piece, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. I mean, they went for the sculpting detail over articulation. All right, so let me just insert. Let me just give you guys a side shot of how to insert the wings. So you just have to line up this like that, and then you insert it in. All right, now you can move his wing up like that. All right, but it won't stay. All right, you can move it back just about that much. All right, and that's it. I mean, there's no movement going forward. All right, so let me just put the other wing back. Okay, so there you go. Okay, and let me put the stands on. Now, I misplaced my my instructions, but when you get this figure, you get these stands that you have to assemble, and in the instructions, it tells you specifically to not put this on either on this part here or any of these parts, because this will snap. So it's recommendable that you put it over here like this. So let me do that to the other side as well. Okay. Alright, and then you got the crotch piece. Now, I mean, you can just keep it like that on its own without the crotch piece. Well, that's what I found, but I don't know that if this piece here has any much of a effect, because there's like a lot of spacing there that you can just move it like that, so it's not really resting. I've tried to lift this part up a little bit more, but eventually it'll just force back down. Okay, that's a little bit better. Yeah. All right, so now let me show you guys the articulation on the legs. Okay, and so let me pull this off because it's just really awkward with the wings on. All right, so you don't have a lot of movement on the legs. Okay, so you can kick his leg out about that much, bring it back like this. Okay, so it's got a ball joint here, here, and here. Okay, so you got a bit of a swivel here on the leg like that. All right, so there's like nice details on his feet. All right, now for my figure, the ball joints kept popping off on the tail, but see, there you go. Okay, so that may happen to you guys. All right, so you just be aware of that. All right, but assembling the tails is pretty easy. Now let's look at the head. Now you can fully extend the head up like this. All right, now you can move them all the way down like that. So it just popped off. Okay, and you can move him a little bit like this from, you know, on the side like that to give him that snakish look like how he is in the movie, but that's about it that you can get. All right, now let's take a look at the face itself, guys. Now you guys tell me, to me this looks sort of crooked. I've been trying to mess with it to see if I can improve it, but no, it's crooked. Like, that's really too bad that there's this flaw on the sculpt, that all the mouths on all the heads, they look a little crooked. Now, I saw the movie twice and I don't remember seeing the mouths crooked or anything, but I have a feeling that this is a sculpting, I want to say an error. But it's not noticeable when you have them, you know, we have the side shots like that or like that. It's just like when you look at him head on, you notice the crookedness of his mouths, okay? On all three of them, but the center head being the most noticeable. So that's unfortunately something that you're just gonna have to get over. Like, you can clearly see it. See? It's crooked. Now, I saw the promotional pictures at Tamashii Nations World or whatever it was, and there was pictures showing that, and I was hoping that that was just a flaw on that figure, but no, apparently it's visible on mine. And guys, let me know if you guys picked up this figure, if you have this same issue that the mouth just looks crooked. It doesn't look all that nice, to be honest, but I don't know. I'm just gonna have to live with it, I guess. All right, because I paid a lot of money for this guy. That's money I'm not going to get back. All right, so I was able to lift up the tongues a little. Okay, yeah, I can't. You need something, you need a little tool to get in there. I was able to do it with that guy. All right, so let me assemble him back up, and then I'll give you a size comparison to the other S.H.Monsterarts King Ghidorah. I gotta show you guys, as I just discovered right now, that if you pull back the wings a little bit, pull it out, and then you can rotate his wings to go down like that. It doesn't look very appealing, but just to let you know that you can do it. Alright, so now I'm just gonna try and fit the wing back in. Oh man, this is a pain in the ass. Ah, there you go. Okay, so get the other wing back in, and there. And now your parts of this figure will pop off here and there when you're fiddling around with it, just to let you know, like the tail came off for me a few times. Okay, now I had to pull the camera back just a little, just to give you guys a size comparison of our new Ghidorah with our previous S.H.Monsterarts special colored version Ghidorah, as you can see. Now you can clearly see, I mean, the special color version, his paint just pops so much better, and the color on this Ghidorah is just bland, which, you know that we're just gonna get a special colored version of this new Ghidorah somewhere down the line, which I am not going to. I don't see myself double dipping again. All right, because I mean, I paid a lot for this figure already, and unless they, I don't know, maybe they fix the sculpt on the mouths, I don't know, but they have to give us something very special for me to want to buy a second version of this figure, which I don't see myself doing. Alright guys, I did find the instructions, and just to give you guys a look at how the instructions look. Alright, so in the instructions it tells you to not put these stands here on the little pegs over here, because they will snap off. Alright, so this is the ideal position for those stands, okay, like that. Okay, as you see how I have them like that. And also too, you get these extra ones, okay, like a short one and a longer one. Alright, so that's pretty much it for that. Now, I've only done one photo with this guy so far, and me managing this guy as I'm doing this video, I have a feeling that doing toy photography with this guy is going to be a nightmare, because he's just so awkward and he keeps falling. Now, let me show you guys a comparison with the G-Man himself. Now, them together, they look pretty awesome. So you can clearly see that this Ghidorah is just huge. It's a huge figure. Now, again, I mean, from far away, it looks really cool, but when you get in closer, you start noticing some flaws in the sculpture of the mouth and things, which is kind of unfortunate. I mean, I don't think that's purposely there. I mean, I do believe that to be a flaw. Okay, so it looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna do some toy photography with this guy, and I can't wait to see what shots I'm gonna be able to get out of this guy. All right, okay, guys. So I think that's pretty much about it for me to cover. So I mean, for those of you guys that are gonna pick up this figure, I mean, beware that I mean, all around it is a nice figure. A negative for me is the coloration overall, and the crooked mouths on this figure, but everything else is okay. The manageability of this figure is a pain in the butt, but I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I mean, this is what you're getting, guys. Now, for those of you who have been asking me how wide is it, let me just get a tape measure. Okay, so he is going to be about 26 to 27 inches wide. So for those of you guys that are thinking of putting this guy in a shelf, that's how much space you're going to need. And if you want to go from the top of the wing, you'll probably be, best bet, you just make sure that you have over 14 inches in height. And for the depth, let me see, from the back of the tail to the front, give yourself a good 14 to 15 inches, just to be safe, because if he falls over, hopefully you guys will keep him low to the ground or someplace, because if he does fall over, I'm pretty sure that you're gonna damage the wings, guys. Alright guys, so I'm gonna get to work on some toy photography. I hope I get some good shots out of him. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry, I mean, this review has been, you know, I was shooting from the hip here. I mean, I always do that with my reviews, but that's how I roll. Okay, guys? So thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time.